This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord that he hath taken against Edom, and his purposes that he hath proposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitations desolate with them. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai is his son who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai's sake. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp. And yes, the reason why I brought out the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 20, I'm just going to show a couple of news articles, recent articles pertaining to the nation of Edom as a whole. All of them, okay, are being dragged into World War III. They're divided as well. And this is all biblical prophecy, all right? These Edomites are the so-called white people today that walk the earth, regardless if they live in America, in the statehood of the JJs, or in Turkey, or in Russia, okay? And this is, again, all part of prophecy. This has to happen in order for us to get delivered, okay, from captivity, okay? So as you see in front of your screen, Erdogan, he's the president of Turkiye. He says that the JJs are completely out of its mind and war with Hamas must be stopped, okay? So when you read this article, Erdogan pretty much states on the national level that these JJs are committing war crimes and that he wants to bring them to justice, okay? So, hey, this is definitely leading towards division amongst these Edomites, all right? And this is leading to, all right, World War III. And you JJs dwelling in our homeland, you're about to receive nothing but hot fire, okay? So that's one article. Another article is the JJs withdraw diplomats from Turkiye after Erdogan blasts nation as a war criminal. There you go. Okay. I want to read this because it's very interesting what Turkey is positioned in terms of this whole conflict. All right. So let's read this. And this goes to show you that these Edomites are heavily divided. Okay. You know what? Let me get this scripture. Matthew chapter 12. And I'm going to start at 25. And Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, right, he's speaking to the Pharisees, all right? This is a rebuke to them, okay? And Yahushua was basically telling them, you know, you coming up against me is dividing, all right, the kingdom, all right? The kingdom of Israel, all right? And you can apply this today to these nations, all right? How they're divided against each other, especially the nation of Edom. Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. Yahushua knew their thought and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. Every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. All right? You clearly see that everywhere, including in people's own homes. 26. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? Right. Okay, and this is a perfect example, you know, seeing Turkey and the JJs at odds with each other, all right? To the point that they're doing, you know, political moves that is dividing them and bringing them to war, okay, against each other. So I want to read this article because it's very interesting. Again, Turkey's position in this conflict. So it says President Tayyip Erdogan called the JJ a war criminal during a massive pro-Palestinian rally on 20 October, causing JJ to withdraw his diplomats from Turkey as JJ horrific bombing campaign on Gaza continues. JJ has been openly committing war crimes for 22 days, but the Western leaders cannot even call on JJ for a ceasefire, let them know, react to it, right? And I'm going to bring out the reason why, all right? And we already know when they mention Western leaders, is really talking about America, Babylon the Great. I'll bring out another article to bring out the reason why is that. Erdogan told the crowd in Istanbul who waved Palestinian flags, "We will tell the whole world that the JJ state is a war criminal. We are making preparations for this. We will declare JJ a war criminal." In response, JJ Foreign Minister Eli Cohen stated on the social media site X that given the grave statements coming from Turkey, I have ordered the return of diplomatic representatives there in order to conduct a reevaluation of relations between JJ and Turkey. Here's the point. Erdogan's AKP party has long been a supporter of the Palestinian resistance group, Hamas, which launched a surprise attack on JJ on 7 October, killing hundreds of JJ settlers and soldiers and taking more captive to Gaza. Both Hamas and AKP share roots in the Muslim Brotherhood political movement. Okay? And Turkey has hosted Hamas leaders for decades. Okay? So clearly, this is something Fox and CNN, all right, have not, all right, addressed the American retards, that Turkey has long been in support of Hamas. All right, not only support them, but brought them to their own country. Okay? Their own country. So this shows you how there's a heavy division amongst these Edomites, all right, especially when it comes to Turkey. And these Turkish Edomites, all right, their religion is the Muslim stuff. So, all right, they're going to back their that belief, all right, regardless of that they all come from the nation of Edom, and that's that division. Okay, is there any more on this? So I wanted to bring that out because that's very interesting. Now, also, here's another thing. All right, what Russia hopes to gain from the JJ Hamas conflict. Check this out. Now, these are Palestinians at the West Bank. They have Russian flags. They have pictures of Putin and Kim Jong-un. All right, they're supporting them. Okay, I want to bring this out too, because the Russians, they're Edomites as well. Okay, and they're just used to take down America, Babylon the Great. Goes on and says, JJ President Benjamin Netanyahu used to call Russia's President Vladimir Putin his dear friend. Since 2015, the JJ leaders has visited Russia more than 10 times and proudly hung a giant poster of the two presidents shaking hands over his party headquarters during an election campaign in 2019. But the relationship between Russia and JJ has cooled following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine, even if JJ has remained more reluctant to support Ukraine than his Western allies would have liked, right? And this is about to change, because why? Check this out. Even so, it came as a shock to many in JJ people to see a group of high-ranking Hamas members meeting with senior Russian officials on October 26th, okay? So you got Hamas leadership meeting with Russia, okay? And this is how you know this war in the Middle East is about to get a whole lot bigger, all right? And Russia's going to get dragged into it, okay, as well as all these other nations are going to get dragged into it, all right? You know what? And this is the will of the Lord. Let me get gather nations. Zephaniah chapter 3 verse 18. Therefore wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up for the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. All right, so this is how you know this is the will of the Lord. Okay, He's putting this all together to make sure that World War III happens. Hey, look at this, Revelation 28. And shall go out to deceive the nations, right? It's talking about these Edomites, all right? They have deceived the nations, okay? But it says Satan, all right? And the physical counterpart of Satan are these Edomites. which are in the four quarters of the earth, Gog and Magog, to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea. Right. So this is all being orchestrated to make sure that World War III happens. Okay. That's why, man, we're so close for them to implement that RFID chip. All right. Because this is all happening behind the scenes. So I wanted to bring that out. Okay. Now, where does America fit in this? Because at the end of the day, this bitch of America, where does she fit in all this? So let's start with this article. Lindsey Graham says Turkey becoming the squad of NATO after President Erdogan called JJ a war criminal. Right. So you clearly see NATO, okay, and Turkey's a part of NATO, all right. So NATO's the beast at odds, okay, with this whole situation in the Middle East, and America is not liking how Turkey's taking their position on this situation in the Middle East, okay, and it's affecting NATO, and that's why he calls it the squad of NATO, okay. I wonder, that's a big, the beast shall hate the whore, all right, and Turkey is making a stance. Now check this out. Turkey also went to Kremlin, all right, and wanted to create an alternative to United Nations, all right, because this whole conflict in the Middle East, all right. So Turkey's doing their, all right, positioning themselves, all right, to move away from America, all right, and its policy, okay. And they're willing to work with America's enemies. Because isn't that what NATO was set up for? NATO was supposed to go against Russia. All right. So this is very interesting. Again, America is, all right, is losing its allies. It's losing, okay, key members that it needs, especially in that region. All right. Let me get Obadiah chapter 1. Well, there's only one chapter, verse 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. Right. Your allies, your NATO, okay, members, all right, they're slowly turning their back on you and turning against you. All right. And this is how you know once America is destroyed, that's it. These Edomites are done, okay, ruling, done passing unrighteous decrees, all right, done calling the shots. So this was very interesting, all right, that, of course, Russia turned it down, but hey, that doesn't mean that the idea is already being placed in the minds, all right. It's like, yeah, we should, if nothing's being resolved in the United Nations, what's the point of going to the United Nations, all right? And where's the United Nations located at? In New York, in Babylon. All right? And let's go to this one, because again, this is why America, you're going into World War III, all right? And because these Eastern nations clearly see you're behind the JJ's attacks. Top U.S. commanders in Tel Aviv directing JJ genocidal war. JJ's defeat definite. Iranian general, right. A senior Iranian general says commanders from the U.S. Central Command, as well as the U.S. Army and Navy, have traveled to Tel Aviv to assist the JJ officials in their military onslaught against Palestinians in the besieged Gaza Strip, okay? So you have the Iranian general calling out saying America's backing these attacks. They're not trying to bring peace, okay? America is not trying to stop the peace. America is encouraging, is backing, is guiding, okay, as directing the JJs to kill 400 people in a camp, in a refugee camp, okay, which is leading to World War III. It's just only imminent. It's only imminent. So let me bring out Revelation chapter 16, verse 12. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, and the waters thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. Right. You got Turkey, you got Iran, okay? You got Russia, you got China, you got North Korea, Okay? You got various other Arab nations. Oh, not to mention Yemen is the Yemenese government. Okay, I don't know if it's the government or the Houthis, or I don't know if they have control of the government or not. All right, I know it's the Houthis. Because they have the capabilities to launch missiles to the JJ state from where they're located at. So you got the Houthis firing at, okay, from Yemen on the JJs. You got Hamas, you got Hezbollah. I mean, there's so many Arab nations that are in this fight right now, man. Okay, and that's how you know World War III is imminent. Revelation 16 verse 13, I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. Right, the unclean spirits like frogs, those represent your 3 city-states. The spiritual realm is Rome, the Vatican. The financial realm is London, and the military realm is DC. All right, and these 3 city-states is where you get this global dominance. Okay, which is causing chaos throughout the world. All right, and which is leading to its destruction. You know, the dragon represents these Edomites as well as ancient Rome, because that's the vibration that they push. Out of the mouth is the beast. The beast represents NATO, and of course, out of the mouth of the false prophet is the Vatican. 14, for they are spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and on the whole world, to gather them to battle of the great day of God Almighty. Right, because this is everything that's being done. All right, it's all leading to World War III. That's the point. 15, behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth to keep his garments, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. Right. All right. And his garments represents this truth, this wisdom and understanding of the scriptures. All right. And this is what we're supposed to be prophesying about. All right. What's to come. Okay. And that's why, you got these certain pseudo-Hebrew Israelite camps out there. Are they moving carnally? All right. They're trying to be seen of men and putting a stain on this, making the ministry, putting a blame on this ministry, and you're not supposed to do that. All right, you're supposed to just teach the word, go into prophecy. I mean, this right alone could clearly, reveals like World War III is imminent. All waiting on is the charagma, the digital awe. All right, you don't need to be, all right, talking about pull up and trying to get physical with these heathens. No, the Lord got them. Like he's got these heathens in a trick bag. They're all going into World War III to be judged. They're military, and after that, they don't have a military. That's it. These civilians, the ones that survived the destruction, all right, they're going into slavery. 16, and he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon, or in the Hebrew Hamargadwan, which means assembly of truth or a mountain of troops. Okay. One more. Ecclesiastes chapter 36 verse 7. Rise up indignation and pour out wrath. Take away the adversary, destroy them. Destroy the enemy, Right. And this is what the Lord is doing. That's why there's no need to get physical, brothers. All right. Just chill. Watch. The Lord is working, man. This is the Yapa stuff. 8. Sake the time and short. Remember the covenant. And let them declare thy wonderful works. Right. And this is what we're doing. We're declaring thy wonderful works of the Lord. Like, this is the Lord doing all this. Like, there's no way out of this World War III. There's no way out. Like, this is it. They're in the hurt locker. This is, there is no turning back. 9. Let him that escapeth be consumed by the rage of the fire, and let them perish that oppress the people. Right. And this is why the Lord is doing all this, because these heathens have been oppressing us. 10. Smite and sunder the heads of the rulers of the heathen, that say there is none other but we. Right. And the Lord got them all in a trick bag, got them all together, ready to go into World War III. These Edomites are divided. Okay. I mean, Turkey wants to join with Russia. Let's get out of the United Nations. Turkey is backing Hamas. I mean, shoot. America is clearly showing its hand that it's backing the statehood of the JJs. All right, like they're literally working. They're guiding the JJ's assault. 11. Gather all the tribes of Jacob together and inherit thou them as from the beginning. Right, and this is all for the deliverance of the nation of Israel. That's the point. This is all so that we can get delivered. So you should be looking forward to this. 12. O Yahweh, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn. 13. O be merciful unto Jerusalem, the holy city, the place of thy rest. Right. And Jerusalem, Jerusalem, which means teaching of peace, is a people before it's a place. So, Lord willing, us edify. I wanted to just bring this out. Turkey's playing a major role in the demise of these Edomites rulership. All right. They're totally against these JJs, and this is Yapa stuff. So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I want to give all praise and all glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who grew well and taught us this truth. They are the true teachers for the nation of Israel on earth today. And citation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and risking their life for Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai's sake. Love you, brothers. Keep it door. Keep the faith. Keep pushing. Keep fighting. Keep studying. Pray without ceasing. Pray for each other. Pray for the apostles and elders. As you can see, we're almost out of here. All right, we're clearly at the end. All right, the Lord is making sure that these Edomites go down. Their whole kingdom gets ripped apart, gets snatched from them. And this is Yapa stuff. All right, so keep pushing, keep watching. The Lord's doing major things. And for the few that are watching, keep studying what you pray. Pray to you cover Shalom and a bottom ball Shalom.